Winnetka, Illinois is a beautiful place to live, very popular and very historic. It's important to understand the nuances of Winnetka if you want to live there, including the housing and how the market works, pricing, availability, and in this type of market, inventory. How is the inventory? So, number one, Winnetka is only about 15 miles from Lincoln Park. It's only about 5 miles from the edge of the city, so it's very close. One of the closer North Shore suburbs. The housing market in Winnetka is very interesting because Winnetka, unlike, say, Wilmette, has very few homes that sell below $1 million. Last year, there were only maybe about 15. The majority of the market is between 1 and 3 million in Winnetka, and in comparison to Wilmette has almost 100 homes that sold over under $1 million. Very different on that end of the market. Winnetka also has a lot more on the high end. So more lakefront homes. The highest price home in the last year sold for about $8.5 million, and one's under contract right now for $35 million. One of the highest prices in the history of the state, of the city, of the suburbs. And a billionaire is building what's estimated to be a $70 to $80 million house on multiple lots on the lakefront in Winnetka. So Winnetka has very little under $1 million, has more on the high end, and then it has fewer homes than Wilmette. Smaller population, it's not even half the size of Wilmette. So Winnetka is more expensive overall. Homes are on average about $2 million, depending on what time of year, but good. That's what it was last year, an average of $2 million, where Wilmette is only about $1.5 million. So that's the big difference. Inventory level, though, you're going to be hard pressed to find a lot of options in Winnetka. So very low inventory, and if you're in that like 1.5 to 2.5 range, very competitive before the school year starts, when there's a big push for people coming in from out of town or from the city to find housing. So call, text, email if you want to understand maybe homes that might be coming on the market, how to find a home, how to get a leg up in a competitive situation can definitely help there. Call anytime. However, Winnetka is different too in its park district, its kind of feel of the downtown areas. It has two downtowns, has Hubbard Woods and then downtown Winnetka. Very historic. The train in Winnetka was put below the street level at some point. The money was there. They did it. They dug it all out. So you don't have train crossings like you do in Wilmette, for example, where you have to wait for the train. It's a little more of a safety issue you have to be aware of. Winnetka doesn't have that. It's very, very much more quiet, tucked away. And there's also a beautiful bike path that goes all along it, all the way up to the Botanic Gardens. So very nice in that sense, very close to the lake. And the restaurants in Winnetka are really great. I mean, you have more options in most places, especially considering the size of Winnetka. You have some very high-end restaurants, great lunch spots, great coffee, and Winnetka has a lot of boutiques, some very nice, high-quality shops for the holidays, for birthdays, for gifts, for just everyday shopping. Very, very nice. Winnetka has amazing beaches. Has one beach that you can go to that's between two very large homes, and you kind of have to know it's there. You can walk through. It's a very narrow walkway considering where you're going, and you have a very quiet, beautiful beach that you can relax on. But typically the beaches in Winnetka are obviously much larger. You have Tower Beach, and has a beautiful hill and beautiful views of the city skyline once you get down there. Things for kids, fishing, just a lot of beauty on the beaches. And then also you have the opportunity for sailing and getting boats out. So I mean, there's pretty much everything you need in the summers, which the summers in the Chicago area are some of the best in the world from what I know and what I've been told. So really a beautiful place to be, right on the lake in Winnetka along the beach. The community aspect of Winnetka is super strong, very nice. There is a children's festival at the end of the school year, and the money raised goes towards the preschool, and it's in a beautiful park. Our kids used to go there when they were younger. They have a slide, they have petting zoo. It's really well attended. It's just a real feel good, the weather's getting better event. Very, very nice. As well as the Winnetka Music Festival, which has some very well-known bands worldwide that come in, always surprising people, the quality of the entertainment coming in over the summer. Just again, great food, music, and it's kind of tucked away. Winnetka, it's not in a very accessible location. It's just nice, just kind of cozy, great quality of music. Winnetka, as far as schools go, the schools in Winnetka are very highly ranked. They've been studied in other parts of the country because the way they were developed, the way things are taught, reading, math, very high quality. And New Trier High School, the sophomore to senior campus is in Winnetka, and one of the top high schools in the country for a long time. Has a long list of very interesting, famous, productive people that have gone to school there. It's a very interesting place, very kind of inspirational, and has something for everyone as far as clubs, sports, no-cut sports, or really high-level sports where a lot of kids are going, moving on with scholarships at college. They have it all. So I guess in a nutshell, you would say Winnetka has some very high-quality houses, opportunities, food, location, just very nice stores, shopping. People really enjoy it. The eastern part of Winnetka is closer to the lake, and in all the North Shore suburbs, a little bit more costly, a little bit more historic homes. But Winnetka has some opportunities, and it has more subdivisions than, say, Wilmette, that were built over the years that have bigger lots away from it all, maybe by a half mile or a mile, a little bit more quiet location and a little bit more land. And then you can get closer to the Skokie Lagoons, which people kayak, fish, bike ride, take walks, walk the dogs on the western part of Winnetka. A long time ago, those were actually hand dug originally by workers, and then they brought in bulldozers, and it's just a beautiful thing that Winnetka has, the Skokie Lagoon. So call, text, email if you need to know more about Winnetka. There's a lot to know, many neighborhoods, many streets, nooks and crannies, and you really want to get it right for yourself and your family if you're looking to make a move.